Here, how are you?
Good. How's it going, Gulf Shores?
Man, and you are local too. You're from here, right?
Yes, sir. I graduated from Foley High School in 2012, and yeah, went up to the University of Alabama, and now live in Nashville. So good to be back in my hometown, being able to represent the local support around here.
I'll tell you, this is kind of exciting because you start off today at noon. You're one of the first performers, and you're at the Malibu Beach house, right? And then like 10, 15 minutes later, you got to go over to the monster stage, right?
Yeah, so we're planning on getting the conga line before the
yes!
line.
Yes!
We're going to take the train all the way over, yep.
All right, so look for the conga line coming up because you actually get started at noon, right? You're going to be there at noon, and then when do you go over onto the monster stage?
Yeah, so we'll start over the monster stage, so noon to 12:40, then 12:50 to 1:30 over at Monster.
All right, that sounds fantastic. Okay, so I've got to know this. You've been on tour. You've opened for some pretty big names like Lil Jon and Big Wild. Like, what's it like to be on stage with that kind of crowd? You know, hyping them up basically for that big next big guy coming up.
I mean, yeah, to me, there's no better job. I mean, but it does take a very conscious job to be able to want to do the best job you can, but also provide a good opening support to not really blow the load for the main act and the headliner. So it's taking a very deliberate approach to performing.
It really is, and that's the next thing. This is we're talking to ZEWMOB, one of the first artists performing today, actually on 2 different stages. So when you come in, you'll be able to see him at Malibu and then over on the monster stage. So one of the things, and I'm just a mobile DJ, right? So I don't do what you do. I don't mix. I don't beat mix. I don't do all that I'm terrible at it. I'm awful at it. But the one thing everybody asks me is, when they're on stage, are they mixing, or is it like a track that's already pre-recorded?
No, definitely mixing. I love the stereotype is they think most DJs are doing a pre-recorded set for their hour and a half or their hour or whatever, but 99% of the DJs that are up there, are doing an entirely live mix. And the only occasions that you have sort of like social media acts or something, or kind of like industry planted people. But man, that's been so few and far between that it's just something that I always try to let people know. It's really not what most of the time things what's going on.
Yeah, because the misconception is that you guys have already pre-mixed it and you just point to the sky, you point to the crowd, but you're actually up there mixing.
Sure, and if someone would give somebody money to do just that, I mean, that'd be a pretty silly person. You know what I mean? They would get a reputation pretty quickly if that was kind of the the behavior that they were doing.
I'm so glad we busted that myth. There you go. I knew it. You guys are really up there working. I knew it. I did. So how did you get the name ZEWMOB spelled like the zoo? And I'm like, you know what? We're live and local. Let's go back on and explain it because we got to hear the story.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was at a University of Alabama at the time, and after I think years and years of having the name ZEW, I think implanted deep down the depths of my brain. So I came up with the name originally. I was coming up with some terms. I wanted 2 syllables. Zoo to kind of convey that I was doing different genres at the time.
Right.
So it was and then Mob I thought had a good ring of a name of a collective or whatever. And I don't think it was until about 5 years later, looking back on it, that coming up with augmentations of the different words or whatever, that I think the letters combination ZEW probably stood out more than the rest of it. I think just maybe from the subconscious repetition of seeing and being recognized with that name. So all these years later, I mean, it probably wasn't about 5 years until I look back and I wonder if they ever do, I wonder if they're gonna feel some type of way about it, or
oh no, I'm happy for still. No, dude, we're proud of that. You're a local guy. You're doing good, and if we were subconsciously affecting you somehow in a good way, we're okay with that.
No, I mean, we don't share any user handles, so I think everybody's clear. They got their
again, you are on the stage. You're actually at the Malibu Beach House at noon. Then you go over to the monster stage at 12:50. You gonna have enough time to get over there?
We're gonna try, man. We're gonna be sprinting over there. We're gonna try to take the whole mob over here. We got our great friends here to film it, so we think we get some funny, great content out of it. So we're excited.
I'm excited to have you here. It's always good to have somebody local, and obviously you're on the cusp of bigger and better things, man. And we want to see you just grow and get bigger and bigger. And then one day, maybe you're headlining on the stage, right? Maybe we're talking about ZEWMOB and him coming up, and then Calvin Harris is opening for you.
Oh man, I mean, geez, that's a very,
He's like, Calvin's not listening. You're okay. It's okay.
Yeah, okay, cool.
He's coming for you, Calvin. I'm just kidding, man. All right, ZEWMOB is his name. Man, thank you so much for getting up, coming on the bus.
Hey, thank you so much. I just want to say also, 92 Zoo, growing up in this area, was the station that was on in my truck every time I came on. So to be here and y'all inviting me here is such a warm place in my heart. It's such a great opportunity. So I just wanted to tell y'all thank you so much for having me here. and just for our team as well. So we continue